Oh my gosh. Hey, aloha, Love Tribe. What's up? Whoo, happy new moon. It's March 21st. Yesterday was the equinox, and it's my 3-year anniversary. Hello, my name's DJ Valerie B. Love, the Vibe Goddess. And this is a really, really vulnerable share for me today. And I'm doing this because I think it is so important that we share our stories. And I think that sharing our stories of how we've overcome adversity and how we overcome doubt, fear, shame, all of our fuck ups, all the things that happen in life that we think could never happen to us because we're badasses and we're strong and we're capable and we've got people who love us, etc. Um, it's been a very, very humbling journey for me for the last 7 years, but I'm going to talk about the last 3. Um, uh, for those of you guys who don't know me, I am a DJ and obviously a podcaster and a love warrior. I'm on a mission to help people realize who they are and why they're here and how to be the best versions of themselves so that they can go rock their big missions on beautiful planet Earth. Something that happens, let's make sure I've got the right audio. No, it's not doing the right audio. Hold on, guys. Let's go see. All right, how are we doing? Is that better? Ha ha ha. Okay, hopefully that's better. Um, but the biggest mission that we have on the planet is to be love, in my opinion. And I think what happens to us as we go through life is we lose that childhood innocence. We lose uh, the sweetness that we've had in the world, and we start to get programmed by all the bullshit that's around us so that we can fit in and we can go earn money and go play the systematic bullshit game. And to me, that's such a tragedy. And I see people losing themselves over and over again and losing who they are and why they're here as divine beings. And um, so I really feel strongly about correcting that and sharing my story of what happened, and how I fell apart. So, and I made a promise. I made a promise to God, that I would share my story and I would use my gifts to help other people so that they didn't have to go through the same pain and suffering that I went through, or hopefully at least a little less. You can't avoid pain, but you can avoid suffering, I believe. So I'll make this as quick as possible. You guys are busy. We're all busy, but I wanted to share something. And so, I got divorced. A whole bunch of things happened in that experience that led me to drink more alcohol than I was drinking, feeling ashamed that I wasn't, didn't have my shit together. I had moved. Um, had a whole sexual reawakening in my midlife, and wanted to have all these other things. And my husband wasn't really into it. And so it really created a lot of like, oh my God, I feel stuck and trapped and hopeless and powerless. And moving from a tropical warm climate, which was where my soul felt at home, to a cold climate again, where I felt very alone and not in my element and not natural. So all these perfect ingredients, taking care of my bonus mom who had Alzheimer's, from a distance, and just really everything all on the stress scales, like upheaval of life, right? And so it's a perfect storm. Um, an analogy I like to use is, Rocky Balboa is really strong, right? But like if Apollo Creed's just over him, just punching him and punching him, and he doesn't have room to get up between the punches, like he's going to be down, right? Even though he's a great fighter. And that goes for any of us who are great fighters. And so that happened to me. And I didn't see a way out. And so I just self-medicated and numbed myself and drank a lot of alcohol, thinking that, okay, this is just a phase, I'll get out of it. But it just kept going deeper and deeper. So I was suicidal. I was depressed. I was, in the worst shape of my whole life, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, everything. I wasn't being the mom that I had been in the past. I wasn't being the wife. I wasn't being the friend. I wasn't being the Val. And so I snapped and lost my shit and almost died. Got sober 3 years later. had a relapse right around this time of the year, which is kind of strange. Um, I got triggered because I was making a 50th birthday video for my ex-husband, and got triggered by all of the emotional videos and movies and stuff of my kids, and like, "Oh my god, you're such a loser. You fucked up. How could you do this?" And so I thought, I'll go have a drink." And one drink turned into, a bottle of wine, and, the rest. It turned into a year of debauchery. Uh, Went roller skating, fell down, broke my wrist, and that was kind of the tipping point of like, wow, I need to get off of this alcohol. And there were some other tipping points in there, which I'll share not on this broadcast, but in a different spot. But some other shame-filled moments that I had, and it was just like, fuck, I have to do something. And you know, in the deep down dark spiral again, and my girlfriend was like, Veronica, who you saved my life, I love you. She's like, come to Mexico with me and do some Ibogaine. And so I was like, cool, I'll be on the flight tomorrow. And I had already had a lot of issues going on with my family and kids, and they were mad at me, and everything was just a mess again. Um, and so I went. And my friend Heidi, bless her heart, she made sure I got on the next Uber and the plane to get down there. And so between her and Veronica, you guys definitely helped me out and saved my life. So thank you. I love you, girls. And obviously, my ex husband and his ex fiance at the time, Nikki, and my kids, my mom, and everybody really, were just like, stay down there and go have this journey. Go get better. Something's going on. What they also knew about me was I was still struggling with a lot of residual trauma from being raped twice, being molested as a little girl, and another domestic violence thing that happened in my life that I was trying to get free from. And so even psychologically, if I knew, like, I forgive these men, I forgive these people, uh, somehow the issues are in the tissues, as Peter Levine and the other trauma experts like to say. And so I couldn't get free, even though mentally I said, I forgive you. Right. And so that was a really painful experience, because every time I would think about these people, like my body would just be like, right. And so that was really painful to feel hostage. Like I felt like I was being held hostage by these traumatic uh, sexual traumas, and I was like, fuck that. I don't want this in my life anymore. Um, so I went in with the intention with this Ibogaine journey to, of course, let go of the self-medication and then somehow be free once and for all of these traumatic experiences that I was feeling. So I went in, and I've done a lot of psychedelics. I've done a lot of things in my life, and this was hands down the most psychedelic experience I've ever done. And other than giving birth, that was a total psychedelic spiritual experience. And I got to go on a magical journey, and I got to go meet the people who had assaulted me and hurt me in my past, physically, um, and emotionally, as 4-year-olds. We were 4-year-olds at a playground, all of us. And so these men, and teenagers who'd hurt me in the past, we were all playing in the playground. And my innocent little 4-year-old girl got to play with their innocent little 4-year-old boys, all of them at the same time, which was really interesting. My whole being got to shift during this journey, and I got to forgive them because I got to be present with them on this journey in their innocence. And so I don't know how this stuff works. It's magical. Fucking thank God for Ibogaine and healing. And so that was transformational. And then I got to go and meet these two weird blue dudes who kind of like lifted my head open, and they're like showing me what's going on inside of my brain. And they're just like, yeah, you're kind of corrosive, like a battery would have corrosion on its terminals um, from the alcohol. And the more that you keep thinking you're going to self-medicate and run from this pain, uh, you're going to keep making this happen in your brain. And so we want you to see what's going on. So I was like, okay, so that was a good eye-opening thing. And the third thing, flying around all these freaking wormholes and crazy shit coming at me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Um, And I landed out at the edge of all the universes and all the galaxies, and I'm looking in, and I'm like, all seeing all these swirling um, galaxies and constellations and everything, and I'm like, holy moly. And then I hear this voice behind me, and she's like, pretty cool, huh? And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm like, who is this? And she's like, I'm God. And and so of course God goddess doesn't have genitalia, but I heard a feminine voice, and and so she's like, let's go on a journey. And so she started flying me around again and showing me everything and all the magical mystery tours and things that she could do. And I'm like, fucking, this is great. And it was just sort of like a kid showing you all her toys. Like, I can make anything, I can do anything. Right. And so she was so pleased and happy. And then I said, if you can do all of this, right? Why is there so much suffering on planet Earth? Why do humans suffer so deeply? And she said, dear, it's so that you can learn compassion. And you can't learn compassion without witnessing others suffering. And I was just like, okay. So that was such a huge wake up call for me to really understand. Part of my mission too is to remember the compassion component of life and getting out of a state of judgment, self-judgment, judgment of others, and the humility that I got the gift of learning on falling apart, snapping, having my whole life go to shit twice. Had to make sure I really screwed that up to make sure I get the lesson. Was compassion for myself and compassion for others, is that we all are on this journey together. Like Ramdas over here says, we're all walking each other home. And, home is love to me. Home is finding where that inner love lives within you, and home is finding where that inner peace lives within you. So for me, I made it a mission, to use my gifts as a DJ, as a talker, as somebody who likes to bring people together. I'm a bridger and a networker. I love it. It brings me joy to like peanut butter and chocolate people together, like you need to meet this person because you guys are great. And blah, you know, um, part of the gift that I was given is, of course, the second chance at life. I was also given the gift of repairing, um, my relationships with my family that I had damaged because of not having the right coping mechanisms, not having the right support group, and not having the right um, mindset and inner tools and warrior mindset to uh, cultivate an unruggable state of being, and I say unruggable. And, when there's rug pulls in Bitcoin and crypto, it's not in Bitcoin, it's more in crypto. It's when, you get rug pulled, somebody's like, yeah, ha, 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 go do this thing. And they pull the rug out from under you. So my goal is to help people become unruggable in these tumultuous times. And they're going to get more tumultuous and more tumultuous as we go forward. So I am launching something called the 11x Love Project, and I'm doing an inner peace challenge. And I want you guys to participate in it with me on a value for value model. And so I'm doing this as an experiment because I want to understand how can I use what I've learned and give it to other people and help you have more of a consistent state inside of inner peace and inner power. I'm not perfect. I cry, I get depressed, I get angry, I get all of it. I get overwhelmed, I get underwhelmed, I get all of the ingredients. I'm not some uh, immune person to this, but these are tools that help minimize the duration of these things. It helps minimize the negative consequences in my life as well. And so for you, that's what I want to share with you. And it's the thing that I'm the most passionate about, is this daily inner peace practice with a purpose. And the reason I say with a purpose, it's a deep whap. If you don't remember your purpose, you can sit and go, well, why the fuck do I want to do an inner peace practice every day? Who cares? Right. And so it's really, really important that we have clarity on who we are and why we're here. And so part of this model and this framework that I came up with and I've been developing over the last several years, is really putting love and God at the center of everything, having your mission be, what glues everything together, and then understanding these other 9 areas of life. And so I created these 11 areas, and it's a holistic framework for looking at your life, analyzing your life, seeing what's out of balance, out of harmony with each other, what might be what might be impacting another area of life because you're not paying enough attention here. And so really, really a holistic, comprehensive approach to understanding yourself. And I call it getting your me, HD. But the most important part of it is implementation and having a daily practice. And so my daily practice isn't going to be the same as your daily practice. You're going to have something that works for you, but I'm going to share the framework that I use. And I'm also going to share the tools, tips, tricks, and hacks that I use and have learned from other people over 35 years of studying personal development. And you're going to assemble your own, like, where is it? The mosaic sculpture of your daily practice. But I'm going to hopefully help give you a framework of what works and what doesn't. And you're going to adopt it to your own thing. So I want to show you guys. Oh, yay. Here we go. So I want you guys, what I'm going to do is open this up. I'm opening this practice up to 25 people for free, but it's value for value. And so what this means is I would like you to full-heartedly do this experiment for 21 days, do this challenge, and give me feedback on what works and what doesn't, and how your life has transformed so that I can up level for the next cohort. Like I said, this is an experiment right now, and I'm going to be guiding you through a lot of information that is going to help you become the best version of yourself and overcome a lot of no. Oh, angels, I forgot to move her out of here while I do. No, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so anyways, we are here on your daily practice. So again, your inner peace requires a daily inner peace practice. Okay. And so what we'll be doing here is, understanding that your monkey mind can be your worst enemy, if it's not trained properly. If it's trained properly and you're the one driving it, it's a great tool. But if not, it drives you and it can drive you crazy. So, darlings, what we need to do is train that monkey mind and get it in a place where it is our servant and not our master. Okay. And it takes time and it takes a lot of practice. It takes consistency and it takes support. Okay. It's easy to get frustrated and overwhelmed when you're not seeing instant results, which everybody wants, of course, but that's not even, reality, that we don't have those. So what I want to share with you guys is, who is this program for? If you're a heart-centered, mission-driven change maker, visionary, creative entrepreneur, healer, Bitcoiner, or activist, then you want consistent peace, this is definitely for you. If you're willing to put in 10 to 20 minutes a day to work on yourself and transform your life so that you can achieve your mission, this is for you. If you understand that there's no such thing as a free lunch and you must put proof of work in to achieve anything in your life, this is, of course, also for you. And of course, this is for you if you're willing to do the 21 days and give honest feedback. If you're open-minded and generous and caring, and you're willing to support other people on the journey too, and not just be a looker. At Burning Man, we say there's no spectators, right? So this is not a spectator activity. This is an interactive activity that you will be doing, and we will be asking you to support your fellow love warriors on this mission as well. Okay. If you are somebody who this is not for you, if you think there's a quick fix and you're all of a sudden going to just take a pill or go on some quick psychedelic journey and overcome everything, it's not for you. If you're not willing to complete the 21 days, it's not for you. And if you're not on a mission, okay. And I say this with love. We love you and appreciate you. And if you're looking to find your mission, come on board. But if you're somebody who just wants to have an easy life, make a lot of money, and be a consumer and consume, and not necessarily give back and contribute and make the world better than you found it, this is not for you. So, but we love you anyway. Okay. And let's talk about what is value for value. Value for value is a model. It's kind of like a patron model, or I don't like to use the word donation. I was learning about value for value from Gigi, he's my favorite shadowy supercoder. Where's his book? There you go. 21 lessons about Bitcoin. He's one of my favorite Bitcoiners. And Adam Curry, formerly of MTV. He's the pod father, started podcasting. But information wants to be free, as Gigi likes to say. And so does healing, so does growth. And, but my time is obviously valuable. And so, but I want you guys to place a value on it. And you can tell me what you think this is worth, right? Some people can say, well, I've done well over 6 figures of investment on myself and my holistic education, and certainly could spend lots and lots and lots more. The things that I noticed that were missing were, from a lot of this education, was follow through. Some of these masterminds are $25,000 and you'll learn how to be a public speaker and da 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 da. And join our next year's mastermind for another 25. And I'm like, no, thank you. That's not accessible for everybody. Same thing. There are certain thought leaders and transformational people out there who have these, come to my $200 program, and then now here's my $2,000 program, and then now here's my $25,000 program. I'm not going to do that to you ever. I hate that. And I don't like it because I always feel like there's some other thing that they're going to trick you on and try to get you to do this thing. And there's all these sleazy sales tactics. And it's just, it doesn't feel good in my system. Right. And so what I want to adopt is this ethos of value for value. And you get to name the price that you think this is worth as an experience. So it'll be a work in progress how I technically get that done, accepting fiat and accepting Bitcoin, of course. And so we're just going to go with this first cohort being nothing, no dollars exchanged, no Bitcoin exchanged, but your time is going to be the value for value that I'm going to ask. So I'm going to give you my time and my wisdom, and I'm asking you to give me yours and give me some feedback on this process. So that's it. It's really simple. Just show up. And this is for you. My goal is to see you transform your inner life in 21 days, and then develop your own practice that you'll continue on afterwards. And you can stay in the community until you die for free, because you're the first 25. I'm only opening this up for 25 people. And so we're going to discover who you are, who you're not, why the heck are you here, what is your number one tool to snap back into your power, okay? In the moment, what's your holistic 11x love code, who's your superpower and DJ name, who's your inner villain name, and how to tame them, how to let go of stuff, how to create new stuff, and how to let go of all your bullshit excuses once and for all. You're going to get 21 microdoses of daily inspiration, wisdom, and actionable practices. You're going to have access to a private community app that will not have advertising on it, like a Facebook or any other group, which will also have all of the mini microdoses of lessons and tips, etc., in there. So you won't have to do app switching to go back to being a part of the group and to be consuming the little lessons. I'm going to have weekly office hours, and we'll have commitment setting. A lot of people talk about goal setting. A lot of people talk about manifesting and intention setting and all of that. We're going to talk about commitments, and that's what we're going to do. Okay. And they're going to be micro commitments. I'm not asking you to, like, I'm going to lose 600 pounds and, make $10 million. No, micro commitments. And the universe loves it when you say, I'm committed to doing this. It turns everything into your favor. And then again, you'll have lifetime access to everything because you're a founding member. That's it. It's super simple. And so really the only people I want to sign up for this are people who are ready to experience a brand new level of being the best, most authentic, peaceful, loving version of yourself. Okay. We're going to go over these 11X modules, and we're going to talk about love. God is at the center. Your mission is the circle. And then your finances, time, environment, body, mind, soul, romance, family, and community. So we're going to go over all of these 11 areas, and we're going to write a code of living for you, your vibrational operating system, as I like to call it. And at the end of this, you will have a daily practice, you will have a love code, and you will have a community of accountability and people who are on the same mission as you. Okay, that's it. And so I want you guys, if you're interested, excuse me, go sign up here. There is only going to be 25 spaces available, It is free. I am not asking you to give me anything other than your commitment and your time and your feedback. Okay. That's it. If you know somebody who would like this, then that would be great. You can go to 11xlove.com/dojo. Okay. Let's go see. That's not showing up here. Register now, 11xlove.com/dojo. Okay. So you can go sign up. I'm getting all the technical stuff in the back end dialed in. And so bear with me if I have any glitches of emails and things. But if you sign up, you will be guaranteed a spot. We will be starting on March 28th. Okay. So today is the login and sign up and get everything going. I'll be putting this out there for the next week. And next, Tuesday, which is my birthday, we will be starting this project. And I can't wait to do this with you. So, peace, love, and warm aloha, right? So, if you have any questions, you guys can DM me over at Twitter at DJ Valerie B Love. And of course, I want you guys to listen to the show at fountain.fm. You can go work and stream some sats because I don't use sponsors in this show. I may one day, but right now I don't. And so it's all funded basically by me. And you, if you are generous and want to stream some sats because you think this content is awesome. But yeah, my goal and mission again is to help you become the best, most ecstatic version of you and rock your dreams and rock your mission and make the world better. So I hope this helped you guys. And I am so grateful and honored and blessed to be alive and to be here right now with you. So thank you for listening. If you made it this far, you are a rock star, of course. And again, please share this with anybody that you think would benefit from a daily inner peace practice with a purpose. And that's it. So happy new moon, and set your intentions for making the commitment to yourself. Okay. So let's make a commitment on the new moon to rock your big dreams. All right, everybody. Peace, love, and warm aloha. Okay. Remember, go to 11xlove.com/dojo, DOJO, and you can sign up. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.